Hey guys, what's going on? John O'Connor here. Today's topic is getting shredded whether you're 20 or 50 years old. For myself at 50, I definitely pride myself being out in the fitness realm and putting myself out there for being put together quite well. And again, I work hard at it. It's a 7-day week commitment. What I've learned now is invaluable. And I don't have, the 10 commandments or 5 steps. I like to give people kind of a foundation, much like when I talk to them in healthcare. And what I've learned over the last 2 or 3 years is I take down, 2 to 3 of these a day. I make sure I get cardio in 5 days a week, 30 minutes. I definitely ramp it up a little bit when I get on the bike versus, whether I'm walking hard or the elliptical or the assault bike, and lifting heavy weights. And, staying there in those platforms really do a fantastic job of keeping me vascular, keeping me lean, keeping my stomach tight, and just keep me feeling good and looking good. One of the big things that I think so many people struggle with is, do they want to be big and bulky or do they want to be shredded? And, I came to find that being shredded is better. I don't know how many times I'll be in the gym training at 215, 220 pounds now at 6'3" and 50 years old. And people come up like, are you 235, 240? And I believe if I was bulkier, I would look smaller because I wouldn't have a small waist and broad shoulders and the vascularization that I have across my chest, my arms, and, that I work hard on. Again, like I said, and probably one of the biggest things, and I have this conversation with my son all the time, is, what you put into the body. And I think one of the things that I've said in healthcare my entire career is you need to treat your body like it's a Ferrari, and you wouldn't put regular gas in it. And if you expect it to perform like a race car, then you have to feed it race car fuel. And that's where the meal prep has come in, or making good decisions when you're picking your food. And nowadays there's so many healthy fast food places and choices when you go to any of these, on the go type places. And so if you choose protein over everything first, that's where you're going to win. And so many people that I see when they're struggling, the first thing I ask them, I'm like, what would you say the number one thing in your diet is and why you look the way you do? And they're like, well, I eat pasta every day, or I eat a ton of, carbohydrates, and I love sugar. And, I have to tell you, and I know if my mom was here sitting with me, she'd be like, yeah, I think when he started modeling as a late teen, I had to stay lean. So I eliminated my carbohydrates, or at least I made sure I was taking in quality carbohydrates. Now at 50, I maintain body fat anywhere from 4 to 6% year round. And I eat, 2 to 3 sweet potatoes a day. And, so, it tells you that you can eat great food and eat a lot of it and look fantastic. So again, I think the biggest thing here, the takeaway is, if you want to be shredded, one, walk 5 times a week, 30 minutes at a good clip where you can talk, but you got to make an effort. 2, drink 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of water a day. 3, work out at least 4 times a week. Okay. And obviously, if you haven't lifted weights in 10 years, don't start out there lifting heavy weights, but, start on a machine program, do a push-pull day, do a leg day, do a full body day, and then go to your weak spots. And there's your 4 days. And then track it, monitor it, see how you're starting. You started out with 10 pounds. Now, 4 weeks later, you're up to 25 pounds, and, celebrate those small wins. And the last thing that I say that's really the pillar for me is your food intake, what you eat and what you put in your body. And, the other thing that I see myself when people say they have a snack before bed, I have a protein shake before bed, and I love it. I look at it like it's candy to me. It could be a Snickers. I have, a couple blueberries. I have 6 ice cubes. I put in either water or oat milk, a banana, and 40 grams of protein. And I got to tell you, I sleep like a champ. I wake up feeling full. My body feels like it's recovering. And I attribute it to the fact that I have this 7 days a week every night before I go to bed. And I don't care whether I'm 50 or 20. If you want to stay shredded, you got to put the work in. So moral of the story for today's little topic and conversation is, if you want to stay shredded, you definitely have to do a baseline of work. You want to get shredded and stay there. I saw the funniest, and I'll leave you guys with this. I saw the funniest pop up on TikTok the other day, where somebody had got to fit and work their ass off after 6 months, and they looked the best they looked in the last 20 years. And then the whole moral of the story was, they realized, oh, wow, now I got to work hard to stay there. And that's exactly right. Once you get there, you got to celebrate that, but then you got to put your head right back down and keep doing the work. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it was beneficial. Again, I'm Doc, or Dr. John O'Connor. Thank you so much for joining me and listening in. Please follow me at Dr. John O'Connor. Thank you, and have a great night.